This is a reflection on lesson 264 in A Course in Miracles. It says, I am surrounded by the love of God. I am surrounded by the love of God. It's like 4:30 in the morning. I'm trying not to be loud. When I was sitting here being surrounded by the love of God. And it was overwhelming. And then what this lesson made me think of, like, whenever I would reflect on it, it was like the mind is the only thing, the monkey mind in particular, is the only thing that keeps me from feeling into that simple fact. I'll just call it a fact that we are always surrounded by the love of God. Again, I'm assuming by now, because we're like 264 lessons in, that you're comfortable with the word God. Apparently, I'm not. I'm just now saying that, like, still, there's something about the word God that feels like an intermediary between my true self and whatever God really is behind the word, behind the sounds, God. There's still something, whenever I say the word, other stuff tries to flood in the place of what God really is, and that is love. It's conceptual. It feels like baggage. It feels so subtle. Not even like formal, firm thoughts, but some like energetic hanger-oners. So it's interesting that that's coming up now as something I can like tap into a little more each time. Like, what is that feeling of like not being entirely comfortable with saying the word God? Because even the words, that's what words do. I've said it like a handful of times now. They interject a separation, because that's what words do. That seems to be related in this lesson, because when I was like just sitting here feeling the love of God, which is, it surrounds me without words, without conceptual ideas of what God is. If I just rest in it, heck yeah, I can feel it. And then, you know what that made me think of was this meditation I did yesterday or the day before. It's probably 2 days ago by now. And it was somebody who was like, imagine your ideal whatever. Like, basically, it was some sort of like manifesting meditation where you imagine what you ultimately desire and just try. And it was like a 17-second long exercise, 17 seconds. And of the 17 seconds, only like 5 seconds or 6 seconds was you like holding that image, like you're imagining of that ideal future, holding that for 5 or 6 whole seconds without interruption. And you know how hard that is? I was like, oh my God, the monkey mind is doing everything possible in my head. I'll speak for myself only. In my head, to keep me from peace, to keep me from that God love, to make problems where no problems exist. So I just found that very interesting that a 17-second long meditation is so tiny. And then 5 or 6 seconds of it felt like an eternity to hold that image in my mind without squirrel, shiny thing, tumble thoughts onto the next thing. And I was like, whoa. And I've done tons of meditations, tons. But for some reason, because that one has me, and that's my own personal journey of not being able to dream up what I ultimately desire in this life and being able to hold it so clearly, because I'm always like, I'm go with the flow, do, go, go, explore, new shiny thing, to hold, to even dream up some thing, and then to hold it was like poof, poof. My mind wanted to disappear it so quickly. So I have to imagine there's some shadow stuff there still, some remnants, some hanger-oners in that disappearing act. Interesting to me. So, what was this lesson? Oh yeah, to be surrounded by the love of God is also a practice in like resting in even just 5 seconds of that feeling, and then 7 seconds and 10 seconds to like elongate it was like very powerful for me, because the mind wants to create problems out of everything, if for no other reason than to be the one who's going to turn around and fix those problems and be like, look how clever you are, look how smart you are, look how evolved you are, you've just fixed all these problems. Isn't that fun? To like call yourself out on the problem making and the problem fixing. And I just created a whole bunch of usefulness for my ego, for the mind. And it's like, see, you need me. You need me. When you know what? All we need is love. And that's what this lesson was, just rest in that. There's no problem, and there's no problem to fix. There's nothing to do here but rest in love. And it's so satisfying. It's more satisfying than the problem making and the problem fixing, and the seeking and the grasping and the, oh, I'm so clever. So anyway, a lot of things came up in this simple lesson for me, and I appreciate that. That if I just appreciate, it feels like a light shining on. It feels like the light of truth shining through some clouds, being like, I see what you're doing here. I see what you're doing here. It's the light of love, really saying, see, it's all illusion. There's nothing but love, and you can have it anytime you want. Here, have a cat.